A lot for joining us and have a great day. We're heading into the pre-opening rates, so let's take a quick look at what's happening over there. The rupee, by the way, after hitting that 79 record low, is seeing some semblance of recovery this morning. 78.94 is where the rupee has opened. So let's see how that shapes up. But for the markets, for the equity markets, it is all over the place right now. Just early indications are that the Nifty will start lower. May not start with such a big gap down, but ONGC once again dragging its feet down almost about 4% and a couple of banks as well under pressure right now. But let's speak with the analyst at LKP Securities about his view on how to approach the auto stocks now. Ashwin Patil, who tracks the space very closely, joins in. Ashwin, good morning and good to see you in. The auto sales were good for the month of June. Of course, month on month, there's been a recovery across most spaces. Names like M&M have done very well in the auto segment. TVS scooter sales were good. But you tell us, overall, what's been your pick of the pack this time around, where even from an investment standpoint, one can buy into it?
Well, within all the three sectors that I would say that the two-wheelers, passenger vehicles and commercial vehicles, I think the commercial vehicles are looking really very attractive at this point in time. They are, at the highest level of our interest. So we like Ashok Leyland. We like within the passenger vehicle space, we like M&M more than any other stock. And in the two-wheelers, we like Bajaj Auto and TVS. So mainly the theme is that the commercial vehicle sector is reviving. I mean, it is in a boom right now. I won't say reviving, but it has already revived and it is in a boom right now. And both month on month as well as on a YOY basis, both the companies have posted very strong kind of sales. But Tata Motors, I would say that it is more of a JLR play, and there are certain uncertainties over there. So we would like a pure play domestic player like Ashok Leyland in the commercial vehicle space with a target close to 173 rupees. Then we also like within the PV space, as I said earlier, we like Mahindra and Mahindra more than any other stock because of its huge, demand going on for its SUVs and the new launches that the company has been coming up with. And also, on the tractor side, I would say the month-on-month demand has actually panned up well, though on YOY, as per expectations, the numbers have not come well. But on a month-on-month basis, definitely with monsoons in the offing, I think M&M is in a sweet spot at this point in time.
Ashwin, good morning. But how much of it is now in the price for M&M, because it's seen such a sharp rally, and also your view on TVS Motor, which has been the other standout performer?
Well, M&M, I would say that, it is, though it is at its 52-week high, or I would say all-time high at this point in time, close to about 1,000, more than 1,000 rupees, 1,050, close to that. Still, I am having a target close to 1,300 because I think that there will be a sort of re-rating considering the volume uptick that the company is seeing, the huge order book that they are having for their Thar and XUV 700 models. And the newly launched Scorpio N is expected to, add in strong volumes in the coming ensuing quarters and in FY24 as well. So I think it's a re-rating candidate, and definitely, even if it has rallied from a good level, I think that from these levels as well, we would recommend M&M for our investors. And talking about TVS, yeah, this is one company which is looking like a dark horse at this point in time within the two-wheelers pack, because continuous basis they are coming up with strong numbers on the volume front. So I think, with scooter sales coming up well, even the motorcycles with its newly launched a couple of vehicles, the rider is fetching a good demand. Also on its scooter side, its Ntorq is doing well. So I think TVS is in a sweet spot along with M&M at this point in time, I think so.
All right. Morning, Ashwin. What about Royal Enfield? How would you view the stock, Eicher Motors? From a customer's point of view, I'll tell you, I love it. Whether it was the Standard or the Machismo or the Interceptor, all of them top notch. But what's the view on the stock from here on?
I think Eicher Motors, it's a CV and a two-wheeler play, and both of its segments are doing well. Mainly on the CV side, it is doing well, but on the two-wheeler side, I think it still needs to perform well, because the demand for its premium bikes is there, but the supply side issue is still there on that front. because of the chip shortage issue is troubling them quite a bit at this point in time. But still, I would say that Eicher Motors is also one of the good stocks that can be looked at, considering its CV dependence as well as the demand which we foresee going forward 2 to 3 quarters down the line for its two-wheelers. The demand in the sense, I would say, the supply shortage getting sorted out in couple of quarters. The demand definitely is there. So, we may see good uptick after, from Diwali festive season for Eicher Motors on the two-wheeler side.
Sure. So if you spoke about Ashok Leyland, M&M, Bajaj and TVS as your top picks. If you look at it from a valuation perspective, the only one which has not caught up yet is Hero, right? Hero is trading at about 14.5 times forward, while the historic averages are about 16, 17 times. Of course, we know the reasons why, but do you think purely from a valuation parameter, Hero could also be looked at?
Yes, definitely. Hero is having all its, otherwise numbers quite in place. I mean, its balance sheet is quite strong. Cash is, very strong. Dividend yield is quite good for Hero as it has been always. On volume front, definitely, I mean, it depends on the monsoons, because the month of June has not been good for monsoons. Now, there is a pickup in monsoons in several parts of the country. So, if the monsoons are good, then definitely Hero also will be performing well. If the deficit of June gets recovered in the coming 3 months, then definitely Hero also, can catch up with its other peers in the two-wheeler pack.
Okay, and finally, in the commercial vehicle space, you spoke about Ashok Leyland. What about Tata Motors and Eicher Motors in the commercial vehicle category particularly? Because there as well, there's been a significant bump up, and especially now with, Tata Motors bagging a big share of the EV buses tender that's coming out from several governments. That space could also be picking up sharply. Any thoughts here?
Well, as I would love to say that automobile sector is my favorite sector, and most of the companies are doing well, and all are in a expected to do well going forward. But definitely there is some sort of pecking order in which I would like Ashok Leyland at the top in the CV pack. Tata Motors definitely on the CVs as well as PVs, they are doing good, but that contribution is very small as far as the JLR is concerned. And for JLR, there are multiple levers which are driving the stock on JLR front. Therefore, I won't say that Tata Motors is one of my favorites, but definitely it ranks at number 2. And Eicher Motors, as I said earlier, surely the commercial vehicle business is doing great for them. But the two-wheeler demand is yet to perform really very great for them. As I said earlier, maybe like from Diwali festive season, we can see a good pickup on that front as well. So Ashok Leyland followed by Tata Motors, and then Eicher Motors is my pecking order in the CV sector.
Ashwin, thanks a lot for joining us. Good conversation on the space, which has been really the best